uppercut, sonic boom. Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it to. Welcome back to channel. I'm Bushker, and I want to talk to you today about the bolt-action rifles, why they are so good and so in the ascendancy in the current meta. There is a lot more bolt action being run, and I think that is very large part due to the ability for it to hit shots like this, which are pretty freaking crazy. Like, if you can nail that one shot, it's catastrophic. But also due to the massive buff they got. So shots like this, where you hit someone in a level 2 vest, you'll hit them for over 90 damage. And when they're riding into the blue, that's just instantaneous. Sit down, your time in the game is done. You're going back to the lobby. Bolt-action sniper rifles are my real love. I play the game and look for a bolty every time I'm out there and about. I'm looking for a bolt-action and an 8x. And I think that Pubg Mobile wants these kind of weapons to be utilised more and more by the player base. You only have to have a look at the history of recent patches and the buffs that have been coming out. You had a massive buff for SMGs, both in terms of different gameplay characteristics and the fact that they got a big buff to limb damage, and they do more damage to limbs. And bolt actions got the multipliers were increased drastically to the point where they now are realistically super effective, especially early game. Like, I'll show you a couple of clips early game where I'm running around with a bolt action, and if you can just hit someone with the bolt action like an M24 in the chest, you kill them. Like, an M24, if they're not wearing a vest, will do 101 damage. Like, it'll one-shot them in the chest. It's like running a shotgun that works out to 100 meters. And it's catastrophic at the end of games, even when you don't kill the target. I find this particularly illuminating. That guy's going to get a headshot on the blue. He peeks on the blue, on the rotation, looking for a clear, and he gets headshot, and then he's back there trying to get a heal in, trying to get it all together, and the blue just eats him alive. And that all comes about because the damage from the M24, the Kar 98, the AWM is really through the roof. Now, we all know what the meta is at the moment. There is a lot of this let's lie down on the ground, set up a 6x spray and go to town. Bolt action players love this, because what happens when a bolt action player sees someone who is lying down and setting up for that 6x spray is you just shoot them in the head and everyone falls over. It's amazing. Trading is really easy with a bolt action. This is what I was talking about before. Like, there's an M24 there. There's a guy over there running around. All I have to do is hit either of these targets that aren't wearing vests and they will fall down. If I hit them in the chest, they'll fall down. Like, it's the most ridiculous gun. Like, someone is over there, hit them in the chest, bang, they fall down. It's crazy. The positives on using a bolty are just incredible. Even at range, with crappy scopes, all you have to do is land a headshot. I mean, if you can land a headshot, they're going to fall over. And the reason this is so prevalent right now in today's meta is trades and the ability to win trades. So if you want to hit someone with your spray on an M4, then you have to hit them in the chest 4 times at range, like probably 5, to be honest. And yeah, you know, if they're at 100 health, you have to hit them with a level 2 vest. If a level 3 vest, it's even harder. And you've got to get them at least 3 times in the head, one after the other, at range with the level 3 helmet. Like, this gives you an opportunity to make a trade. You trade, you say, hey, I'll give you a few shots at me, I want 1 shot at you. If you hit the headshot on that 1 shot, like, this guy is down there, I'm missing the headshots, right? We're just basically pushing backwards and forwards at each other, trying to figure out when he's hill glitching, when he's not. And this is really hard. But all you have to do is land that 1 headshot and he's going to get knocked. Or if you get good enough and you can third-party people and you can just go for easy, consistent body shots. This is why running from hardcover to hardcover is so incredibly important. It's super hard to spray someone down if they're just behind a rock and they're only peeking to take 1 shot and then pulling back. If they don't get greedy, then generally they can just heal through your damage. Now, obviously, there are areas where this isn't going to work as well, and there will be opportunities. But if you've got an M4 and this in your back pocket, well, then you get to choose. If they're out in the open and you think it'd be easier to just spray them, then you use the 5.56 AR. If they're edging on a hill and third partying someone else and you've got a headshot, then you use the bolt action sniper rifle, because this is what has made this so popular. They're two extremes. One is the extreme spraying weapon. The other one is the extreme front-loaded damage weapon. And you can carry them both in your backpack. And this harkens right back to the whole concept that I talked about in the Will DMR Get Buffed video. That the M4 is probably going to need to get a nerf at some point if we want to see any kind of parity in the weapons loadouts, because running an M416 allows you to just run anything else in the second that's a specialist weapon, like an Uzi for complete close quarters combat, while you can still spray at range with an M4. Or you can run a Kar98K in the other slot and you can still spray at range with an M4, or go up close and personal. It's just so beautiful to have a weapon like this that gives you that opportunity. And I think a lot of people are coming to this. You're even seeing people in comp teams playing PMCO now who will no longer run like just a DP28 and an AKM or an M416 and an AK or something. There's a lot of people who are running sniper rifles now in comps because it's quite useful to have someone in your squad that can get a knock, and then you can leverage that knock into a 4-man push. Getting the knock is the key part here. If you can get the knock, and then you have situations like this where Deadboot's been knocked a couple of times by a couple of guys who are in a squad over here, and if you have one sniper on your team in a good position, you can control the engagement so much easier. Even with level 3 helmets, I've hit that guy with a level 3 helmet and a Kar98K. That means that he has just taken 73.8 damage. Sorry, not 73.8, 86.58 damage. He has to withdraw from that engagement. Here's his mate who's on the corner who's like, oh my God, someone else is over here. I've got to get down from the top of my building and go and help a buddy, and we get rid of him. He's the bloke who knocked Deadboot in the first place, and then we're back into it, overlooking our mate Deadboot, who's now got back up, and there's still people over here in these bunch of windows. The zone is coming in, and they are absolutely screwed now. They have no concept of where I am. Every time they poke, they get... he tries to run back out the door after getting headshot, and here comes the zone. They've got no time. Boot and Co are just waiting here, licking their chops. These guys have to make an exit strategy. This is why you should be learning to use bolt action sniper rifles, because I've still got an M416. I can lay down in my guts right now and start spraying my guts out, but these aren't M416 shots. These are really, this is totally something you could do with the M4, but I'm not going to. And we've exhausted their resources, and now they're trying to leave, and things are doing it tough. And you can see in the top right-hand corner of the screen, as I clear this knock, there's a guy up there who's just wondering how he can get out there and help his buddy. There he is. You can see he's like, I've got to jump out this window now, and it didn't go so well for my mate. I wonder how well it's going to go for me. Well, I got no good choices left to make, and we're going to track him and go for a headshot kill, just a single. There we go. Now, where's he gone to? Because he's still knocked. And this is sniper rifles. This is bolt actions. So many people ignore them. I go through everyone's box when we kill them, right? You all do. How many times do you see the same weapons in boxes? Like a M416 and an AKM, or a DP28 and an AKM. And I'll find bolt action sniper rifles quite late in the game. A lot of people just won't run them. Hell, I've got friends that just won't run them. They have their complete... And this is the downside of a bolt action. You can see here, I get the knock, and I'm just hoping to leverage that knock into a kill, but they get around the corner, and we get another hit, but it doesn't quite clear them, and then they get it back up. But this is the upside. This is leveraging that knock because we're close enough, getting a massive hit into that bloke there. Boot hit him as well, and then we're going to change the angle, and we're going to get another hit, and then we move in. And this is, honestly, they have to get rid of the M4 the way it is right now, because I'm able to get that knock and then push and just switch to an M4 and then do a whole series of beautiful bits of spraying and just walk away with the win, because this loadout is so viable just because of that weapon, the M4. If I had to choose like to run a barrel, I wouldn't be able to do that, what I just did there. This is kind of crazy, isn't it? Like these kind of loadouts are permissible simply because one gun is so versatile. This is, again, when you get good ground and circles and you have guys in your squad that can snipe and you just keep hitting shots, even if you don't get the knock, on a rotation, it causes such a ridiculous amount of resource distress, and when they get knocked, they're bleeding through med kits and helmets, and they're trying to make trades up a hill with a guy with a sniper rifle. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. Even when there's a guy that's going to go out the back to the left, and we're going to hit him. We're not going to knock him, but it hurts him so much. That's another headshot, right? It hurts him so much. There's another bloke down there. Missed that, but we're going to get him the second time. Hit him again. Like, they're just getting hammered. They're bleeding. And there he goes. We're going to hit him, and he's going to be in the zone, and he's going to die to the play zone because that is such a large amount of damage that he just can't heal through it. You just can't deal with it. I am a huge proponent of bolt-action sniper rifles. If you don't have your bolt action set up correctly, I have done that many videos on how to set up your bolties. His head keeps glitching here, this bloke, by the way. You see how his head's just moving around at the top? And I'm like, I wonder if I can actually just shoot that spot and it'll get him. And I see his head glitching there a little. There it goes again. I'm just going to put a bullet right there and see what happens. And just domes him. Domes he must be sitting there going, he shot me through the wall. I don't know how that went in. But if you haven't set them up, I've done that many videos on it. There's a playlist here called Sniper School. I will leave the link to that playlist at the end of the video. Just click on that and it will run you through all your bolt action stuff. But you need to get your 6 and your 8 particularly set up sensitivity wise. And once you do that, you're going to be a lot better off. And here's the thing, you can still run gyro. You're not going to gyro on 8 scope. So just have your sensitivity for your 8 scope set up to sniper rifle stuff, or your 6 if you want to do that. And then you can, like, that ability to just hit a headshot and clear a target is invaluable. Having one bloke in your squad who will do that is going to win you so many more engagements. And I can't stress enough how much fun it is as well to hit those long bombs and just drop people like it's hot again and again and again with those headshots. Look after yourselves, boys and girls. Hope you enjoy your time watching the PUBG Mobile videos. Remember to like and subscribe. We're heading to 100k. Let's get there fast. Share, that'd be nice. And as always, stay safe out there on the battlefield. Bye for now.